Okay, y'all, so I am back. I apologize, y'all, because I know that I was supposed to drop a video on Friday. Please forgive me, y'all. We had some technical difficulties over here, okay? I actually had the part 2 prepared and it got deleted by one of my kids, and so it's just been a lot. It's been a crazy weekend. I had to do my daughter's hair. It's just been a lot going on, but anyway, we're gonna get right back into it. So this is part 2 of the Robert Wone case. For those of you all who watched part 1, if you did not watch part 1, please go and watch part 1 right now. I'm going to put a picture of it somewhere on the screen so you can see it. So anyway, y'all, let's get right back into this thing. So we had left off with me talking about there was a arrest affidavit report / autopsy report that was released. And when this report was released, it shocked a lot of people, especially people who knew these 3 men. And basically what the report said is that they found evidence of a paralytic drug in Robert Wone's system. So they found that someone had given him some kind of drug to get him to the point where he couldn't move, he couldn't fight back. The report also indicated that there was evidence that Robert Wone had been sexually assaulted. So when you fast forward to 2010, in 2010, the actual trial proceedings actually started in this case. And the 3 occupants of the home actually, went to court behind this. Now, this was a very interesting court case. Both sides really fought it out in court, but ultimately the judge decided not to find these 3 men guilty of anything that they had been charged with, because the judge said she felt like the prosecution failed to bring forward sufficient evidence to show that an intruder had not broken into the home like the defendants claimed. Now, Catherine Wone, who was the widow of Robert Wone, she filed a civil suit, a wrongful death suit against these 3 men in court. When her civil case was going on, the attorneys for these 3 men had announced publicly that these 3 men would not be taking the stand or testifying on their own behalf because they did not want to make any statements that would incriminate themselves. And when Catherine Wone filed, she originally requested $20 million for the wrongful death suit. They were ultimately able to reach some sort of a settlement in this case. Of course, the settlement was private, so we don't know how much these 3 men paid Catherine Wone, but we do know that they paid her something. Now, y'all, again, when I do these cases, I mean no disrespect to the families. This is just solely me trying to raise awareness. I try to keep my personal opinions to myself when I do these cases, and I try to just stick to the facts, but we're all going to just be honest. And again, like I said in part 1, there are a lot of things in this case that just ring dishonesty, it rings betrayal, it rings, just something about this whole case is off. The police and the investigators and the forensic people tore this house apart, okay? And no one was able to find any signs of a forced entry in this home. Something else that really rubbed me kind of the wrong way about this case is the fact that the paralytic drug was found, or there were traces of some kind of paralytic drug in his system. That was very strange to me, that an intruder would, break into the home and, give someone that kind of drug that wouldn't be able to make them move. The third thing about this case that really rubbed me the wrong way is the fact that, like I said in part 1, the crime scene was allegedly someone attempted to clean this crime scene up. And you have to look at the fact of why would a burglar or why would an intruder stick around long enough to try to clean up the crime scene, especially when there's other people inside of the home. And how was the intruder able to do all of this and no one else in the house heard him? There are too many inconsistencies. There are too many things in this case that just do not add up. It doesn't make sense. And I'm going to keep my own personal theory about what I believe happened to myself. I believe that Robert Wone's family members, especially his wife, felt this way because, again, you have to look at the fact that after the not guilty verdict was given, she went and filed her own civil suit against these 3 men. for the wrongful death in her husband's case. So it's been real, y'all. I'm sorry again that it took me so long to upload part 2. Make sure that y'all stay tuned, because the case that I'm going to be covering next is a very, very interesting case about a young man who was killed by the police, and it happened during the time of the big George Floyd case and the Breonna Taylor case. And so those cases kind of overshadowed his case. His case did not get a lot of media attention, a lot of national attention. A lot of people don't know about it. So I want to come and I want to talk about it. This young man was killed right in front of his mother and his pregnant girlfriend. So, you know, again, just another case that really needs to be highlighted, talked about. But anyway, y'all, thanks for rocking with me. I will be back soon. Make sure you keep that notification button on, and I'll see y'all later.